If the law is finally going to catch up with modern women, count me among the happy campers. It's divine justice that we didn't have to do anything to get our payback for all the disrespect, divorce, rape, and parental alienation they put us through. This was back when men of all ages and social standings were enamored with them. Improve your standing, increase your level, but you have to understand that until a woman has had some sort of humbling event in her life, she will continue to live in a state of deception and view the world through rose-colored glasses. This clouds their judgment, making it difficult for them to foresee that they would all grow old and lose their competitive edge suddenly. They have so many eligible, successful guys to choose from that they don't feel the need to settle down and find someone to love and provide for them. Then suddenly, they're 30 and everything has changed. The good doctor's name was Street Brad. He was at her gorgeous feet, and she was creaming his trousers. Mr. Earl had her face smashing against the wall of his boat while she clapped her hands and slapped her cheeks. All those men vanished the following day, like something out of a horror film. In the same vein as Casper, the good ghost, the moment Father Time chooses to strip her of all her advantages, everything in her life shifts dramatically. When men hear that women's physical attachment appeal declines after age 30, they assume that women will suddenly begin to appear like old gremlins and that no mom will want her, much less allow her to slip up in her peace leave. Physical attractiveness and the capacity to have healthy children both decline after age 30. Naturally. That's what we're referring to, and it's apparent that proves that women in their 30s can have a svelte figure and a family. However, not every single woman is like this. Some women actually improve with age, and it's not uncommon for women who have already had one child to conceive naturally in their 40s. Regarding the vast majority of females, when we reach the age of 30, all the hardships they caused us will come back to haunt them. At a time when we're hitting our financial stride and can afford to kill women in their late teens and early 20s for next to nothing, we're slaying them nevertheless. Plus, remember that if you don't take care of your health and money, you may run into trouble sooner rather than later. Keep in mind that you will eventually reach a point when you require help, and make sure you are experiencing life to the fullest while doing so. Many of us don't have children or other relatives who can take care of us when we're old. Don't slack off on this, since we'll all need help if we make it to old age, or else people will discover some of us being eaten alive by maggots when it was quite avoidable. Men, get yourselves some food and drink, and we'll get right into it. Some have noted that the most ideal age for a woman is between 22 and 24. Numerous polls have found that men of all ages agree with this. Indeed, this is the case. A woman's fertility peaks at this time, and she may have healthy infants with relative ease. Her fertility declines and the infants she does have are sick. About 40% of a woman's fertility is gone by the time she's 35, and beyond age 40, the odds of having a healthy baby drop precipitously. When she reaches the age of 44, the chances of her becoming pregnant naturally are quite slim. It's a known truth that males are more attracted to younger women. Men clearly have a preference for younger women, yet this doesn't imply that all men would pursue relationships with such partners. They are all making an effort to seem youthful because they know that is what guys are attracted to. Keep in mind that it will become increasingly difficult for men who date older women to have healthy children without resorting to artificial means. Men are hardwired to seek out women between the ages of 22 and 24 when they are at their healthiest and most fertile, since procreation is essential to the survival of our species. Women, on the other hand, have an innate tendency toward hypergamy. Because of her high social standing, her boyfriend will be able to take care of her and her unborn and young children while they are at their most vulnerable ages. When they have almost nothing left of worth, she will turn to the decent guy, not because she likes or even wants him, but just to ensure her own survival. Getting an older lady is a lose situation for guys because they were probably not even in the running. She considers you nothing more than a retirement and security net. She claims to desire your sperm, But in reality, she wants Chad's. She's with you because she gave up on getting back with Chad. It's not easy to RP to that. It is interesting to note that elder ladies and monkey drinks are the most common sources of guilt for guys who desire younger women. They require your services far more than you require theirs. Therefore, there would be a very small pool of males available to elder women if you men were not shamed into obedience. Men have an innate understanding that younger women are more attractive, more fertile, and provide easier access to fatherhood. For this reason, males will always gravitate toward younger women. Women in their 20s enjoy the undivided attention of Chads. However, Chads who are still attracted to women in their 40s start losing interest because they can still attract women in their 20s. Women may date higher up on the dating carousel since Chads are plentiful in your 20s. That's why they use their 20s as a kind of dating buffet. To prolong their career success, some women delay marriage and childbearing in light of the feminist belief that they can have it all. Although the Chad's interest in them wanes with time, and by the time. Women have less success in attracting high-quality men as they age. To the men among us, this is what it looks like when a woman reaches her limit. There aren't as many men her age who are interested in her as there were when she was younger, so she's been left frustrated. They have no hope of survival after that. As a result, people waste that time irresponsibly since they believe it will continue forever. The harsh light of truth finally shines on them. The waning of interest will make them ponder what's going on. When a woman starts lamenting that there aren't any nice guys around, you know she's reached her limit since the attention she formerly received is dwindling day by day. Furthermore, womanism was harmful to women because it encouraged them to believe they did not need to settle down until it was too late. Their search for normal men like Chad and Tyrone led them to establish absurd dating criteria. Women of a certain age tend to have very high standards for guys in general because they are remembering the treatment they had from men like Chad Tyrone and the best of the best. To some extent, a woman's attractiveness determines how far she can push back the barrier. Some ugly and overweight women may reach their breaking point at A. When a woman finally gives up and starts whining that there are no nice guys, you know she's struck rock bottom. Women's lack of loyalty and commitment is something that most men who have chosen their own route in life can attest to. In particular, they take pleasure in seeing single women in their mid-30s worry because marriage isn't in the cards for them. If a woman has wronged you in any way and is now unable to persuade a man to commit, you should take satisfaction in that. I want you to enjoy a good belly laugh and a satisfying sense of vindictive satisfaction without any risk to yourself or anybody else. Do not feel guilty about being happy for her loss over the following 40 to 50 years. To the contrary, I suggest you grab a beer and take a seat on the sidelines to enjoy the inevitable fall while grinning ear to ear.